You'll never guess what I did when I was like, I must have been like 16. I'll get to it soon. I had to be 16. So I was just walking down the park, right, with John. And there was like some kids at the park like on the bench. So I walked over to the kids, right, I had scissors. And then I'm like, yo, if you guys can play on the playground, like we're not gonna be using it, we're not gonna interrupt you or anything. I just left, right? So we keep walking around the trail. And we see the kids' parents. And we immediately start like pickaxing their teeth out. With the scissors. So the kids are all playing, they don't really notice at the time, right? But once we get all of their teeth out, except for their two back molars, we put all their teeth in like a plastic baggie, right? And we just started snapping pics really loud. Like we turned like the volume, like we could adjust the volume to like how loud it snapped the pic on our phone. It was just the app we were using because like this app like did like higher res pictures or something. So we were getting like a really high res pics with their mouth. And just like how we just like removed all their teeth just to send to the, you know, the trap and shit, as you would call it. We called it the trap. We were weird. It was just Mac's house, but yeah. So we just started snapping pics, and it was so loud that the kids heard it, and they turned their head and looked. And we just flashed the bag of teeth at their face. We're like, "Yo, look at these." That's not even all though. Let me just get these kills. Come on. Anyways, that's not even all. So we like flashed the bag of teeth, right? And we're like, yo, the tooth fairy's been lying to you type shit. Nah, they walk over. They walk over, right? And we still have the scissors. They come over, they're like, give me those teeth. And we just handed it to them. You know what I mean? Like we literally just handed them the bag at that point. So me and John, we really like to do like stuff with the community, right? So we do like community service work and shit just around the neighborhood. We just like pick up flowers and shit and throw them out. And one day we were just doing our run just around the block, right? We were just taking mailboxes and putting them in the dump and shit. And sorry, my nephew just walked in and had no hair. He was bleeding. All right. I don't know why it's so funny. So right, we started taking mailboxes and shit, and then after, oh my god, I can't even handle that. We put the mailbox back. You know what I mean? We put the mailbox back, and then we started we noticed this one piece of mail popping out, It like didn't get fully like in the slot, like the top slot when it goes in the top slot. You know what I mean? It didn't get fully in there, so we open it. It would get an Addy, and you'll never guess. It's just some bitch's grandma. Like she had like cancer and she was dying, right? And it was like her last few weeks type shit, and had the Addy to the house on it. So we're like, bet. The letter said, hey, just hoping you can get this letter before you die. And I'm just hoping that you can come visit, or I can come visit sometime, but without communication, that'll be hard to do. We take the letter, right? We go to this bitch's Addy. Right? We go all the way to this bitch's Addy. Shit. We go all the way to this bitch's Addy, and then you never guess what we do. We get ropes, and we hang ourselves in her basement. And we just chilled there for weeks. And like we found out she was like old and couldn't move. So we were just like hanging from her basement wall while she was chilling there for weeks. And then the guy came over that wanted to visit his grandma. He's like, what the fuck did you do? You liar. Like, it was the funniest shit. Alright, let's get looting. So right, this time we went for the toenails. Right, we took the toenails, and we just lightly scratched the back of that guy's neck when he showed up. Like, he thought we were hanging legit. He thought we were dead, right? So we just like lightly scratched the back of that guy's neck with the toenails. And he turns around, he's like, what the fuck? And we just act dead again. We're just hanging. It was the funniest shit you wouldn't even understand. Like, so he turns around, he's like, I guess I just took on my neck. I don't know what he was thinking, right? And we just do it a little harder, but we get like the edge of the toenail where it's like sticking up, where it's like uneven, where you picked it wrong. I would just like get the ridge in his neck, right? Just like a little, not quite a tickle. And he's like, what the fuck? He must have thought like a bee stung him type shit. Little pussy. And then, so what the fuck, turns around, and we're just hanging again. We just don't move. You don't even understand. I still have the fingernail in my hand, holding it in my fingers, and he doesn't even notice, right? So he turns back around. At this time, I just wedged it in his ear. I just wedged it all the way in his ear, and his ear starts bleeding. And at this point, he's like, he doesn't even know what the fuck to do, because he knows we're alive. He turns around, he sees us just dying laughing. We couldn't even hold it in. We couldn't even hold it in at that point, right? So we're like, what the fuck you trying to do? What the fuck you trying to do, buddy? What you trying to do? And we're just dying laughing at the same time. I'm not even kidding. The guy takes off his grandma's fingernails. He's like, two can play this game. He takes off his grandma's fingernails, goes and gets the blender. He's like, I won't even need this for the fingernails. He literally just puts them in an envelope. He's like, watch this. And we're all just chilling, right? We're just hanging. We're like, all right, bet. He just writes a letter to his girlfriend. He's like, these are actually chips. And he sends it. We start dying laughing, bro. We start dying. I'm like, no way. No, his grandma's toes and fingers are nothing. And we just think it's the funniest shit, bro. So at that point, we just get off the news, right? We just get off the news, and we just dap him up, get his number, and we chill with Mac ever since. Dude, you won't even believe what me and Mac did one day. Like, it's a different time. It's like 2 years after we started chilling. Right? So we were just in the park again. Like, we smoke a lot at this park. We used to smoke a lot of weed at the park. And we saw, like, this kid must have been 16. Like, we're 18 at this point. We felt like big dogs, you know what I'm saying? Ooh. And then we see these kids. And they're literally just sitting on the swings, and it looks like they're smoking too. So we went over, and, like, we should have to smoke with them. But we had more in mind. So we're like, yo, can we hit the blunt? They're like, yeah, sure. They had 2 blunts going, so we're like, oh, they can afford it, you know what I mean? They had 2 blunts going. So we start smacking the blunt, right? When they're not looking, I hit the blunt like one too many times, you know what I mean? I hit the blunt like one too many times. And I just passed it back, and we just kept smoking. So I'm just talking to them, right? I'm just trying to, like, get to know, like, a bit about them. And I'm like, yo, like, does your grandma live close? They're like, nah, she lives in Alabama. I'm like, oh, shit. Like, we're in Ontario, right? So I'm like, oh, that's not gonna work. So we just keep hitting the blunt, and you wouldn't even believe it. When this guy isn't looking, Mac takes, like, at least 7 hits, like 7 extra hits. Like, he shouldn't have. So he passes the blunt back. You won't even believe what we did next. I'm like, how old are you? They're like 16. I'm like, damn, we're 18. We lift up our, you won't even believe it. I'm like, we're 18, right? And they're like, okay, we're 16. I'm like, prove it. We lift up our sleeves. We each have 18 cuts on our arm. They lift up their sleeve. They lift up their sleeve. And this guy's grandma was tatted on his arm. And it said, your fingers will be missed. I was like, no way! We go crazy! Like, we go crazy, bro. Like, we went crazy, bro. We took this guy by the neck. We strangled him and everything. Like, he was on the ground, like grasping for air type shit. He's like, let me go. No, we were like squeezing harder and harder, so it was like harder to breathe, like not enough to kill him. So like, I had one by the neck, Mac had the other, and we're just strangling them, right? With one hand, I'm strangling the guy. And we put 16 cuts in his cheek. And then we just run. We've been playing Fortnite ever since. Alright, where's the kills? I only have 1 kill. I'm almost at the shopping bags too. Fuck. You think you're getting that loot? Like alone? Fuck, guess he is. Where's he at? a hit. So me and the boys, we were just eating tacos, right? And we noticed like there's like blood in our tacos. We're like, what the fuck? We start tweaking, right? We're cleaning the head at that point. And so we go over to we asked for a manager. We're at McDick's, right? And then we asked for a manager. And we're like, there's blood in our tacos. And the bitch is like, no, it's ketchup. I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, no, it's ketchup. I'm like, are you fucking kidding? I'm like, there's blood in our tacos. She's like, no, like, that is really ketchup. At this point, me and the boys are pissed. We're absolutely fuming. So, you know, we asked the manager, we're like, you gotta come check the bathroom as well. So I'm puked all over in it. She's like, alright. She comes to check the bathroom. Oh, man. We nailed both of her big toes to the wall. Like, we nailed her by the big toe. She's hanging upside down. Right? And we nailed her by both of her big toes. Hanging from the wall. Like, we cracked through, like, oh, you can't even imagine, like, cracking through the nail, like, right in the center of it. Like, just, like, little, like, thin nails, too. Just, like, cracking through the nail directly, and it's shattering out as you nail the nail in. And as you nail the toe in. And she's just hanging from her toes. And she starts bleeding at her toes, right? It's, like, dripping down her legs slowly. And we just start collecting it in a little cup. We pour out our soda, like, in her big toes. We pour the soda in her big toes, right? And then we just start collecting the blood in our cup. Now we get our tacos, right? We show her the blood, but like, smell this. It's like, smells like ketchup. What are you talking about? No, we're like, smell this. I'm like, alright, it smells like blood. We're like, that's right. We take her blood and start pouring it on the taco. Like, that's ketchup, bitch. Yeah, one time I hung like, what was it, at least like 73 monkeys from a building, like by the neck and everything. I hung like, I think, no, it was like 74 monkeys. I hung 74 monkeys from like this building. There was like a rail, so it was like a spot where you can hang them from. Like, perfect. I think it was made for us. So we just hang all these monkeys, right? Like legit monkeys, like from the zoo. We took them out of the zoo. Like, they were like spitting in our face and shit. Like, we weren't having it. We get the guard. We're like, we need these monkeys. He's like, bet. He gives us 73 monkeys. We're like, bet. And we have in the back of our van, right? They're making our rockets type shit. No, okay, they were silent. They weren't saying a word. They were scared. And then, so we get to this building, and me and John just hang all 73 monkeys by the neck. And it was the funniest shit. All these nuns just come walking down the street, getting ready for work. Like, getting ready to go to work, and they just see all the monkeys hanging. And they're all alive, too, right? Like, they're not dead. They just start spitting in their face. We're like, fuck nuns! And we're just, like, laughing at them and shit. That's the funniest shit ever. Shit. Market. Alright, this combat shotgun is AIDS now for some reason. At least for me. Oh, yo, you won't even believe it. You won't even believe it. So one day I was like going to jail, right? I told the car driver, and he was like, I don't really want to go to jail today. He's like, fine. So he drives me back home, right? Give my mother a few slaps. And then she's like, what do you want to do today? I'm like, yo, do you want to go to the jail and just hang some monkeys? She's like, no. I'm like, yeah, right. I'm kind of sick of that one. So what I do, is I call up John and Mac. We get the squad going, we get a trio going, right? And we go to the insane asylum. Right, we go to the insane asylum and we talk to the staff and we're like, can we like talk to some of the people in here? And they're like, do you have like a permit? And they're like, what do you mean? We just start pouring ketchup on the table to like share. Alright, so then we get into the insane asylum. And we pick like a few to talk to. There was like one white guy, so we picked those ones. And we had like some cookies in our pocket, right? And we're like, here, you can have these cookies. They're like, do you want them? We're like, no, just eat the cookies. They're like, fine. They fucking loved them. My grandma made them. They're so good. Alright, where's these kills? This guy's a pussy. Where's that other guy? Shit. That ain't enough, bud. Where'd he go? What the fuck? No way, you cheated. That was not even this. Where did he go? That guy just was not in existence for a second and just popped out. Alright. Oh yeah, so we're in the insane asylum, right? And we're like, can we talk to a few others? And we go over to this one guy. They're like, they're like, we'll take you over to this one guy, but he has like actual issues. They're like, obviously we're in a insane asylum. No, they're like actual fucking issues. So it's really bad taste to him. We go over to him, and we immediately take out the Glock. We just start screaming, what the fuck you doing, pussy? We just start screaming. We want all three of us just won't stop. We have the Glock to his head, right? He's going nuts. He's like, oh, you're like, he's going nuts, bro. It's so crazy. This guy is going nuts. Like, insane. We're all just screaming, trying so hard not to laugh. We have a Glock to his head, right? He's going insanely nuts. And then we're like, bro. And we just stop. And he just won't stop. He's like, he's just still going nuts. And we're just looking him in the face. Oh, it's the funniest shit. We laughed after that. got going on here? Let's G. I think we're looted. Yo, don't ever put your dick on Max PC. I'm telling you, one time, it was just like a normal Sunday, right? I was just shaving my dick. And this bitch was like, yo, pass like the ball shaver. I'm like, no. I have like one of those like potato shavers. I'm shaving my dick. I'm like, I need to fuck this bitch raw, you know what I'm saying? So it's just normal Sunday. I'm just shaving my dick and shit. And then, hold on, I hear people. What the fuck was that? How do I just go flying? What is that even? Alright. So I was just shaving my dick, right? And you gotta be really careful not to like hit the tip. Like you keep that as raw as it is, you know what I'm saying? And then, so this one guy's like, or it was Max, sorry. Yeah, Max like, yo, you got your dick on my, you got your shavings on my PC. So can I like look with like a stethoscope? I'm like, look at what? He's like, into your dick hole. I'm like, bet. Like, what are you talking about? I put Sony rods up there. So he puts a stethoscope in my dick hole. He's like, yo. I'm like, yo. He's like, you won't even believe it. I'm like, what? He's like, no, you won't believe it. Like, it can't be that much. Like, I put so many things up there. Like what could it be? Like test me. I'm like, what is it? Like fingernails, boogers? Like, come on. He's like, nah. He's like, nah, bro, you won't believe it. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? There's nothing in there that'll surprise me. You know what I mean? He's like, no, it's that letter from that dude's grandma. I'm like, no, if we start losing our minds, bro. We start losing our minds. We're like, how the fuck did it get in there? We take the letter out, we start reading it. And we're livid. We're livid. We're furious. We're like, we cannot believe what this letter says. We still remember the Addy, right? We go over to the Addy. Oh, we knock on the door. We're like, yo, Mac, what the fuck is up? What the fuck is up? His grandma's still sitting in the basement with no toenails. She has 2 toenails. 2 toenails and like no fingernails. So we're like, yo, Mac, what the fuck is that? How did this get in my dick hole? How the fuck did this get in my dick hole? You know what I mean? And then he's like, I don't know. He's like, what are you talking about? And they're like, nah, you don't understand. I was with Mac. He put a stethoscope in my dick hole and we found this letter. I'm like, what the fuck, Mac? And we start talking to his grandma. Like, do you know what your son's doing? Do you know what he just said to us? How the fuck did this get in my dick hole? Right? So then we went over to Jesus' tomb. We put the letter in the tomb and drenched it in ketchup. We closed the tomb back up. We wrote Mac's name on it, saying from Mac. And we're just waiting for the disciples to go find Jesus again. Right, but that's not all. We went back to his grandma's house. She still had a belly button and everything. Like she literally still had a belly button. So it was like an Audi, right? So we like grabbed tweezers and we like clamped the belly button and we pull it out like just enough so we can like get a grip on it. We pull it out and we start stringing it along this belly button. We start stringing it all the way across the living room. And we tie it to like the door handle, and it's making like a line across the living room. And we're like, you see this, Mac? Yeah, you're crossing it, like. We're like, nah, buddy, like the line stays here, like you know what I mean? this bitch is just shooting like white shit on her belly button and shit. She's going crazy. She's tweaking like on the seat, just shaking, like ass cheeks like tweaking and shit. And her belly button's just squirting white shit out. We're like, you see this? See, what's this across your living room? It's a fucking line. Don't you dare cross it. One more time. Yo, one day I was actually tweaking on my scooter. Like, I was tweaking on my scooter. Right? So I was at the skate park. I was hitting one of the ramps. And my eyes were bugging. This guy's like, why are you tweaking? I'm like, nah, you don't understand. Like, that was the first time I landed that jump and everything. Right? So I had my scooter. I was like, probably like 19 at this point, right? And there was like this kid's from all ages. It's like mostly like teenagers, but there's like some 10-year-olds and a few 13-year-olds and shit around there. There was kind of looked like 9 or 10, right? So there was actually like a group of them. It was like a birthday party. Like they were there like for like the little after party. It's like a small party, like just a few friends. And I just started smacking their shins with my scooter type shit, just throwing it around and shit like an idiot. Me and the boys, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we used to do that shit, like, back in the day. Oh, it was so fun. Me and the boys just go to start smacking people's shins with my scooter. Like, we each had our own scooter, right? We just, like, twirl it like a dumbass. Sometimes hit their lip and shit. Like, oh, God. But we go for the shins. Like, we weren't idiots type shit. And then... So yeah, we were just hitting shins, and the parents see what we're doing. Like the kids were loving it; they're having a blast, they're laughing and shit. But the parents see what we're doing, and they start walking over, right? They start walking over like this. They're like, "Oh, you're fucking kidding!" They start walking over, right? And then they're like, "What the fuck are you doing?" But they didn't say "fuck," right? They're like, "What are you doing? These are our kids. It's a party." They're like, what do you mean, what are you doing? You never done this? I'm like, bro, I'm tweaking right now. Check my score. They look at their kid's shins, right? Absolutely bloody, like dripping, all bruised. You can already see the bruises type shit. Bloody. One kid has a bone sticking out the side of his leg. We're hitting their legs so hard type shit. Like, we're going crazy with the scooter. Twirling the fuck out of it, right? So their shins are messed up. Like, one guy has, like, his leg sticking out of his skin, like his bone and shit. But the other guys just had like bloody shins. Like one had a dent, like a huge dent. And they're like, look, like, you never done this before? They look us right in the eye and so like, if you touch our shins, we're gonna go crazy. They take their kids, they walk back to the car, right? They walk back to the car. Let me just kill this chicken. Oh, fuck the chicken. Alright, they walk back to the car, and all I see is them just yelling at the kids. They're just screaming. Oh, we're living at this point. We're like, no fucking way. No way, they're just in the car yelling at the kids. We walk over, right? We like this, though. We're like this. Right? We walk over. Right? We walk over. Right, the windows are closed. We're like, what the fuck are you doing? We're screaming and shit. Right? We grab our scooters. And we just start shoving the handlebars up our dick holes. Right? Just right in front of them, right in front of their kids. Like, you like this? How do you like it now, huh? Which one would you rather? Let's play Would You Rather. You know what I'm saying? How you like this one? Huh? Yeah, their shins are beautiful type shit. How you like this one? We just start shoving the handlebars up our dick holes. Because, like, we don't care. Like, we do that shit all the time. But, like, kids saying that would be absolutely crazy. So we're like, yo, how you like that? Right? So, yeah, we're just trying to get these kills. Alright, so we just have the handlebars of our dick holes. We take it out. The handlebars are like just a bit like gooey and like bloody and shit. We smash the windows in, bro. And then we take the tweezers that we took like grandma's belly button out with, stick it in their eyes and just leave it there. They're like, you don't have to look at their shins anymore. That's literally what we said. We're like, you don't have to look at their shins anymore. We stuck tweezers in their eyes and just left. Where is this guy? Yeah, so like that made us crazy livid, you know what I'm saying? We were lit after that. Nothing goes good like a good Jamaican. I mean, nothing goes like what am I trying to say? Nothing smacks like a good Jamaican. Talking just like snip one of their nostrils. Like just say like their left one. Like snip their left nostril. So it's like there's like two flaps, right? It's like, yo, smell this Jamaican patty. This is half a patty now. Nah, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, me and the boys, like, we go to Jamaica sometimes, right? And we just start, like, snipping, like, the sides of their nostrils. We'd be like, we'd ask for permission and shit, like, you know what I'm saying? We'd ask for permission. Like, someone would say yes, so we'd be like, alright, you can go. And the ones that would say no, we'd, like, strap into a chair and we start snipping their nostrils. And we just started giving them random shit to smell. One time I'm like, bro, Matt, can I, like, borrow a fingernail? He's like, bet. Rips it off. I'm like, yo, smell this fingernail. His fingernails are nasty. You know what I mean? I stick the fingernail in the slit that I cut in his nostril, and I hot glued it in. You don't understand, bro. We cut a snip in his nostril, so it's like two flaps. We stuck the gross fingernail, and we hot glued it in the flaps. So like, yeah, you got your nose back. You know what I'm saying? And he's just stuck like that to this day. I'm telling you, bro. There's nothing like going to that one city in Jamaica, like right near the airport, right? It's like the one right near the airport, like where you land from like Ontario or like the Toronto airport. Just like a few blocks over. Like we try and cover the whole territory. Like we can't travel far because we can never afford a vehicle. But I swear, you'll just see like you get up close to people. You'll see people, right? They'll look normal. You'll get up close to them, and all their nostrils will be just snipped. Like like just one of them though. Like not all of them. Like obviously we can't reach that. We can't cover like that much ground. But like we try and cover as much as we can. If you see that guy with the nail in his nose, let me know. That shit was legendary. You know what I mean? We still can't believe we did that. That was almost like Wolverine Grandma all over again. My nostril feels weird now. Like right there too. I feel like I have that. This guy said I feel like I have that. Like I feel like that's in my pocket. Like, so the guy, like that's what the guy with the nails say. Like what? No, that's in my pocket. Oh wait, that's what people with piercings would feel like too, isn't it? Alright. One more story time. Actually, I might end the last year. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna end the last stream. I hope you enjoyed.